What happens when a boxer dies in the ring? Who wins? If it's a draw, who goes on?
Socially, you look at it as these things happen, but psychologically, you look at it as they're wrong. They're not supposed to happen. And that creates a tremendous amount of conflict, I think, for folks when they're in that situation.
It is here in Ghana, Africa, that our story begins. Birthed into poverty, Steve Dotse would eventually represent Ghana in the 1992 Olympics and become a contender for the World Bantamweight Championship in 2001, fighting against the reigning champion, Tim Austin.
There's a street in front of our house, so people surround us around, gather us around, and we were fighting at the middle of the street every Sunday morning, like a competition, every Sunday morning. One time we were there, and some guys I know, they also used to fight. They are learning how to fight, and they were going to the gym, and I followed them to the gym. Fine. After that, I came back home and I told my older brother that I would like to box. I went to the gym with these guys and I would like to box. So one day he took me to the gym himself and he introduced me to the coach. And he spoke to the coach. So right away, the coach started training with me. He started training me.
HBO, Showtime, big time. After turning pro, Dotse left his native Africa with big dreams, American dreams. Title fights, big money, ESPN, pay-per-view, Las Vegas. When you're third in the world, you only want one thing, the world title. That means defeating the undefeated. So when the opportunity to fight Boston's undefeated hometown hero on Showtime arose, Dotse was game. However, what was to come would result in the devastation of his career. On October 26, 2000, there had been 1,210 recorded boxing fatalities, dating back to 1741. Featured on Showtime, Dotse was up against the undefeated Boston native Bobby Tomasello. By the end of the night, Tomasello would be number 1,211.
I think that was at the time he died. The day he died, following week, and they made an arrangement to bury him, and they were telling me to fly me over there to Boston to go and see his funeral. But I'm scared to go over there because you never know. So I'm scared to go over there. So I couldn't make it over there. Somebody might kill me because of this if I go over there. who knows?
People grieve in different ways, and there's not a set standard, but generally speaking, you can anticipate that people go through some version of these stages, you know, not necessarily in a predefined order, but they sort of go through those experiences. People that are in denial, what seems to be going on is that somewhat less consciously, there is still the psychological effect and the psychological reaction to what's happened, but they're not allowing that into awareness.
However heavy the burden, Dotse could not afford to slow down. In less than 7 months' time, he would have his chance to take the world title. He returned to Ghana for training.
That was the time I was given a chance for the IBF, and I couldn't make it. You know, and I fought and I lost. So people were saying that maybe because of his death, I was thinking about it and so on and so forth. But you know, I can say yes, but that's why I lost that fight, not because of him, because of his death. You know, but I didn't get good training for that fight.
At the top of his game, Dotse had turned down a destructive path. A drug test taken following his fight against Austin revealed traces of illegal substances, African roots.
So I went home and I was told that route wasn't good at all. Wasn't good at all. And since I stopped drinking this route, almost getting to 2 years now, I realized that it's true. Because I could remember before, at the time I was drinking this route, if you spoke to me about 20, 30 minutes time and you came back and asked me what you talked to me about, I forgot.
Rated third in the world, Steve the Destroyer Dotse was bringing in big money fights. But in the blink of an eye, boxing turned its back. From the casinos of Las Vegas to New York City, Steve was a dead man. Nevertheless, even the dead need to work in America.
So even they can suspend me forever, not to fight again, you know.
It's fixable, it's very doable, but it would require a good sort of ongoing relationship with someone that he trusted and his ability to sort of get beyond some of his own self-stereotyping, if that makes sense.
What happens when a boxer dies in the ring? Who wins? If it's a draw, who goes on? In the case of Steve Dotse, only time may tell.
And then when I retire, I say, oh, I've done my best, you know. I just want my name to be written in the word book, you know. In the word book.